This PodFast is a summary of a conversation between Andrew Bustamante, a former CIA officer and founder of Everyday Spy, and Tom Bilyeu of Impact Theory. In this jaw-dropping conversation, they discuss the skills and personality traits trained agents use to acquire secrets from their targets, what to do when discovered, and how deep the espionage game really is. Additionally, they go over some of the best intelligence agencies you may not have heard of, and what the world might look like in the next decade. Here are 8 key takeaways from Andrew Bustamante and Tom Bilyeu. Key takeaway number 1. An agent's goal is to gain your trust and then get your secrets. Everybody has 3 lives: public, private, and secret. Our public life is what we present to the world, crafting an image that may not always be real. The private life is shared with our closest confidants like spouses, close friends, and parents, who are aware of some of our quirks and personal traits. The secret life, however, remains hidden from everyone, housing our darkest thoughts and vulnerabilities. As a former CIA spy, Bustamante shares that the 2 main objectives in spy mode are to enter someone's private life as quickly as possible and then penetrate their secret life. Once someone trusts you with their secret life, their loyalty to you is unwavering, as they believe that you're connected on a deep level. To infiltrate someone's secret life, spies must first understand what makes their target tick and tailor their approach based on a generalized dossier. By entering a target's secret life, spies can gain access to highly sensitive information and leverage it for their objectives. Key takeaway number 2. When applying spy skills in business, we must understand the 4 temperament types. When applying CIA skills in business, Bustamante highlights the importance of understanding the 4 temperament types. His approach focuses on quickly bringing clients to maximum proficiency in specific skills while addressing their unique problems. They discuss interview questions aimed at revealing an individual's true temperament, emphasizing the need to disarm the interviewee to gain insights into their private life. Bustamante shares an example question. How would you plan your ideal vacation? This question helps reveal how a person processes information, responds to tasks, and manages time and resources, as well as which category they fall into among the 4 temperaments: lions, organizers, foxes, creators, cheetahs, action takers, and bears, relationship builders. For example, if someone describes their perfect vacation as making a detailed list of destinations and costs, you know you're talking to a lion. If they say they would spontaneously jump on the next plane to Fiji without any plans, they're likely a cheetah. If they present multiple well-researched vacation ideas, they might be a fox. And if their ideal vacation depends on where their loved ones want to go, they're probably a bear. Bilyeu and Bustamante also discuss the importance of timing when asking interview questions to avoid influencing the candidate's response with their public persona. By asking disarmingly open-ended questions later in the interview, you can gain valuable insights into a candidate's true temperament and how they might react on the job, allowing you to build a high-performance team with the right balance of all 4 temperament types. Key takeaway number 3. To understand a target, a spy will gather information on how they grew up. Tom and Andrew discuss CIA human intelligence, HUMINT, operations, and how they use the 3 stages of human development to better understand their targets. Bustamante explains that a dossier is created based on the target's background, which helps make educated assumptions about their thoughts and beliefs. The 3 developmental stages of the human brain are birth to 7 years old, absorbing all information without differentiating between true and untrue; 7 to 13 years old, differentiating true and untrue information, but giving more value to preferred information; and puberty from 13 to 25 years old, actively resisting certain types of information. By analyzing these stages and the target's experiences during them, the CIA can develop a better understanding of the target's worldview. After 25, a person's worldview is generally set, and it takes a conscious effort to challenge and change it. With this information, the CIA can create both a generalized and granular dossier on the target, which allows them to start a conversation in a way that predisposes the target to engage with the operative. Key takeaway number 4. When agents think they are being monitored, they check for physical and digital surveillance. In the world of espionage, agents can be identified by counterintelligence agents and monitored. Bustamante explains that agents first look for signs of active surveillance, such as being followed by a team of people on foot or in vehicles. They are trained to spot teams working together, as well as other monitoring techniques like closed-circuit TV and aerial drones. When agents suspect they might be under scrutiny, They heighten their situational awareness to determine if they are being observed. In addition to physical surveillance, agents also look for electronic signatures indicating they're being monitored. Bustamante highlights that one possible sign of electronic surveillance is performance delays in personal devices, such as smartphones, laptops, smartwatches, or smart TVs. These delays could be a result of spyware or other hacking tools installed on the devices, which drain processing power and memory. Spyware and hacking tools often run in the background, covertly collecting and transmitting data. This activity can consume significant processing power and memory resources, leading to noticeable performance issues. For example, a smartwatch that typically functions smoothly may suddenly start experiencing delays, have trouble connecting to Wi-Fi, or display the incorrect time. These anomalies can be an indicator that the device is compromised and being used for surveillance purposes. Key takeaway number 5. The espionage rabbit hole is deeper than you think. Tom Bilyeu and Andrew Bustamante discuss the extent of espionage and technological warfare, questioning how deep it goes. They consider the 2016 U.S. election, when it became mainstream news that Russians were interfering with the election. Bustamante questions why people assume this was the first instance of such interference, considering the many other countries that would have something to gain by influencing the outcome of the American election. Bustamante provides a vivid analogy, comparing espionage to seeing a cockroach in your apartment. If you see one, there are undoubtedly many more hidden from view. He emphasizes the depth of the problem, mentioning arrests of spies in the U.S. military, politics, and various government departments as proof of ongoing covert operations. He also quotes a famous saying in foreign policy, "There are no permanent friends or enemies, just permanent interests." This statement underscores the importance of understanding that any country can be involved in espionage, and trust should always be taken with a grain of salt. Bustamante's insights serve as a reminder that espionage is an ongoing, hidden battle with profound implications for international relations. Key takeaway number 6. Stuxnet, a virus designed to sabotage the Iranian nuclear program. When it comes to cyber warfare, Bustamante and Bilyeu bring up Stuxnet, a sophisticated piece of code developed to target Iranian uranium enrichment facilities. Stuxnet was designed specifically to compromise the rotational velocity of the centrifuges used to enrich uranium in these facilities. The code was deployed successfully and wreaked havoc on Iran's nuclear program. When the Iranian facility connected its centrifuges to the larger internet, Stuxnet propagated out of the facility and into the entire digital universe. According to some reports, nearly every digital device connected to the internet since 2007 may have been infected with Stuxnet. Despite this widespread infection, Stuxnet was so well designed that it only negatively affects the centrifuge operating system used by the Iranian nuclear facilities. This fascinating discussion highlights the power and precision of cyber warfare in the modern age, as well as the potential unintended consequences of such actions. Key takeaway number 7. The French DGSE is the most hardcore intelligence agency you've probably never heard of. In the late 90s, after the CIA was caught spying on the French government, France began dedicating resources to build a highly skilled intelligence service. The DGSE is now one of the best funded and most technically capable intelligence services globally. France's focus on intelligence operations is made possible because it doesn't have to worry about its military-industrial complex. As a NATO member, the U.S. maintains a military presence in European countries, allowing them to prioritize economic growth in other areas. Consequently, many European countries, including France, can channel funds into intelligence operations. The DGSE has made a significant impact in the area of economic and industrial espionage against the U.S. Intelligence professionals acknowledge the challenge posed by the French agency, as it has consistently bested its American counterparts. This conversation highlights the complex and often hidden nature of international relations and intelligence operations, emphasizing the need to reassess our understanding of global politics. Key takeaway number 8. The global shift of power could go to China, making the U.S. number 2. Global power could potentially shift from the U.S. to China, particularly in the context of China's legal takeover of Taiwan, similar to its annexation of Hong Kong. Bustamante predicts that China will use legal means to take control of Taiwan, and with support from key UN members, the U.S. might have little recourse to intervene. The discussion also touches on the significant U.S. business interests in Taiwan, focusing on the semiconductor manufacturing industry. While Taiwan has cornered the market on semiconductor manufacturing, Bustamante notes that the U.S. holds the intellectual property and is currently trying to bring Taiwanese manufacturing stateside. The conversation then shifts to the potential consequences of China becoming the world's economic superpower by 2033. Bustamante encourages people to think about how they can safeguard their family, business, and financial legacies in the context of the evolving global landscape. He speculates that the U.S. could fall to the number 2 position, with countries like Europe maintaining stronger cultural ties with America than with China. This could lead to a Cold War-like situation, with China taking the lead and the U.S. playing a secondary but still influential role. Thank you for listening to this PodFast summary of the conversation between Andrew Bustamante and Bilyeu. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. See you next time.